And we've got yet another video in our series looking at bike parking in cafes around Perth. And as usual, we're looking at cafes where there's really good bike parking, where there's mediocre bike parking, and where there's none at all. And we'll also have a quick look at the food and the coffee as well, and sometimes the view. Now today we're going to go down to Freo, to this place called Cibo, at least I think it's called that, Cibo. And I've never been there before. This is my first time in the area. In fact, I don't think I'd really been down to Freo like this for about 30 years. And it had a very nice outdoor seating area here, opposite a park, with a very odd-looking statue in it. Don't ask me what that's all about, a wolf and a snake. Could have sat inside, but it was a really nice day, and I went outside instead. The menu looked quite good. Had to fight that seagull for a table, and I won. And I didn't want anything off the menu. It all looked a bit heavy to me, so I just settled for a sausage roll, which was pretty good, except do you like peas in your sausage rolls or not? Now, in terms of getting here, I came over the bridge and just kept heading south. And I was kind of going through this wasteland thinking, should I turn around and go back? And out of the corner of my eye, in this little cul-de-sac-y thing, I saw what looked like tables and chairs outside and umbrellas, and I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll go down there and have a look. And you'll notice I've just gone straight past all the bike parking, and that was because I saw this couple here, and they had their bikes, and I thought, I'm going to ask them, as another cyclist, what they thought of the food and coffee. And they said, it's really, really good. It's brilliant. I went, okay, I'm sold. I'm just going to take your spot. And I think this is one of the things about cyclists, how incredibly lazy they are when it comes to parking. Now, after I had sausage roll and a coffee, I rode through this little section of Fremantle just to have a look, because it looked like a nice cafe, touristy, traffic calmed area with cobbles and red asphalt streets and things to slow life down to a pace where it's comfortable to walk and cycle and take in the sights and have a coffee or a beer or whatever. And there seemed to be a fair bit of bike parking along the way. And that was kind of it. Did a U-turn and headed out of town. Except as I was going along here, I could hear this motorbike up behind me revving and revving and revving and making a hell of a racket. You can imagine the noise reverberating through the buildings here. And with all this traffic calming, of course, when you've got a bus coming down the street like that one there, none of the traffic can get by. And this bloke seemed to be really, really upset that he couldn't get around the bus. So he's sitting there going, rum, rum, rum. And he had no mufflers on his Harley Davidson whatsoever. So he was making a serious racket. And all the way as I was riding along here, I could hear him gunning it. It's like, mate, what are you trying to do? Gunning your engine at a bus isn't going to make it go any faster. Now, just listen to this. He was doing that all the way. And then yeah, that was seriously loud. That just about blew my eardrums. And that guy was more annoying than all the seagulls hanging around the cafes. I like motorbikes, but I didn't like that twit. Anyway, this place, really good, secure, convenient bike parking. Pity I was just too lazy to use it and bypassed it. But I'd go back here again. I liked the place, and the food was good. And if you could just keep out those noisy motorcyclists, this would be 10 out of 10.